So in this question, we're asked to calculate the following for the given frequency distribution and round the two decimal places. We have the data ranges on the left and the frequencies on the right. We're asked to find the population mean and the standard deviation. The first thing we're going to do is find the midpoint. We're going to put that into the calculator as list one. Then we're going to put the frequency in as list two. And then we'll calculate the mean, the population mean, and the population standard deviation. So just keep in mind that the midpoint formula, we take the lower limit plus the upper class limit and we divide by 2. So for our first class, we're going to calculate the midpoint. I'm simply going to add the lower class limit, which is 50, plus the upper class limit, which is 61, and I'm going to divide by 2. And we get 55.5. I'm going to try to line this up. So the midpoint for the first class is 55.5. I can find the midpoint for the next class. I'm going to add the lower class limit, the upper class limit, and I'm going to divide by 2. And I get 67.5. So notice we can repeatedly find the midpoint, or we could actually find the first midpoint and simply just add the class width. For this example, in order to find the class width, I'm going to subtract consecutive lower class limits. So 62 minus 50 would give us a class width of 12. So I can simply take my first midpoint, 55.5, and I can repeatedly add 12. That gives me 67.5 for the next midpoint. I'm going to add 12 again. This gives us 79.5. I'm going to add the class width one more, 91.5. Our next midpoint is 103.5. And our last midpoint should be 115.5. So we're going to take the midpoint, we're going to put it in as list one. We're going to put in our frequency as list two, and then we're going to calculate the population mean and standard deviation. So in the calculator, I want to enter in the data. So I'm going to go into stat. I'm going to click edit, which is that first option. Remember to quickly clear a list. I can go to the very top of the list. I can hit clear and enter. I'm going to put in the data. Next, I'm going to put in the frequencies. All right, and I'm just going to check really quick. It looks like I have everything in correctly. Now, in order to calculate our parameters, I'm going to go back to the home screen. I'm just going to clear that out some. I'm going to go back into stat. I'm going to scroll over to calculate. I want to calculate the one variable statistic, so I'm going to hit enter. Since I'm working with two lists, list one and list two, I have to tell the calculator to do so. So I'm going to recall list one. I want to hit second and one, comma. I'm going to recall list two by hitting the second button and the number two. And now I'm going to hit enter. Now notice in the printout we see X bar. X bar is both the population mean and the sample mean. So for this example, our population mean would be 77.47, rounded to 2 decimal places. And for our population standard deviation, keep in mind that S sub X is the sample standard deviation and sigma sub X is the population standard deviation. So our population standard deviation here should be 17.04.